Hello everyone, Rochelle here, and I'm back to share some yarn goodness with you all today. Now, if you hear anything in the background, it is raining, but it is much needed because it has been extremely hot lately. Very, very hot. Also, you all might hear Peanut barking in the background, per usual. But anyway, so yes, I have a little bit of yarn goodness to share with you all today. I know it's been a minute since I've been on the channel, since I've posted anything, but I've been super, super busy. Some of you all may know this, but I do work for a bank outside of YouTube land. And yeah, we've been going through a merger at work, and it's just been super, super busy. Like, my work schedule has just been like beyond crazy. So I've been super, super busy with that. And if any of you all have ever worked for a company who's going through a merger, it's crazy. And also, I work in IT within this merger. So trying to combine two computer systems together from like two different companies is crazy sauce. But anyway, I'm back. So, all right. Oh, and then like my camera almost also broke, which is insanity. So I'm using my phone, but it's not so bad. I like it, so we'll stick with it. But anyway, let's get into it. All right, so I don't have a ton to share, but I did want to hop on and just show you all my little crochet project that I'm working on. And I am working on a corner to corner blanket. And let's see here. I want to rip all my stitches out. So this is what I'm working on. It's getting big. So this is my corner to corner blanket that I am working on. And the pattern that I'm using is a Yarnspirations pattern. It is their classic crochet or classic corner to corner blanket, and I will leave a link in the description box below so you all can have a link to that free pattern. And the yarn that I am using is, let's see, I got this from Joann's. The yarn that I am using, let's see, I have it all balled up here. It is also Yarnspirations yarn. It is the Caron Jumbo, and the colorway is Rosewood, and it is 12 ounces per skein. That's a lot. And it's 595 yards each. That's 340 grams. Yeah, that's a lot. So I'm actually making this as a gift for someone, and the yarn is super soft. And I think it'll make a great gift because it's machine washable. And yeah, it's machine washable, pet friendly, and the recipient will be able to just throw it in the washing machine and do as they please. And the crochet hook that I am using is an I9, which is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. So yeah, that's the only project that I wanted to share with you all this time around. I did want to show you all what I had in my shop. Yeah, I have quite a bit to show. So I'll just do like a little show and tell. I don't have a ton of stuff, but I will be getting more. The fiber festivals are starting to pick back up. So I have a couple that I'm going to do later on in the fall. But I hadn't really done a lot with the fiber festivals this year. I really hadn't felt comfortable doing a lot of fiber festivals. But next year, I'll be back in full swing with the fiber festivals. So I look forward to that. But yeah, let me just show you all a little bit of what I have. So I'll just show you all by base what I have. So you may see some colorways repeated, but I'm just going to break it down by base. Okay. So the first base I will start with is Pop Life Fingering. So Pop Life Fingering is 100% superwash merino, as most of these are, and it's 410 yards, which is 100 grams, And Popeye fingering is it's 100 grams and it's a 3-ply yarn. So the first one we'll start with is bronzer. So this is bronzer. I love this color. And we also have Berrylicious. And we have Blueberry Swirl. And one interesting thing about Blueberry Swirl is you'll see that it looks different depending on the base. It's pretty amazing how even though the bases may be all superwash merino wool 100%, they take up the colors so differently. And last but certainly not least, crowd favorite, Vibranium. So this is Vibranium. All right, so that's all for Popeye fingering. Next, we will go to Kiss Sock. Kiss Sock is 75% superwash merino wool and 25% nylon. It is 463 yards, 100 grams, and this is a 4-ply. Now, this color is Succulent. I really like succulent plants. They don't require a lot of water, and you all know I love my plants. They don't require a lot of water, but as my friends tell me, you can kill a succulent, but they're pretty hard to kill. So if you're one of those who don't feel like you have a green thumb, succulents, I would try those. But yeah, succulents are pretty cool plants. So this one reminded me of a succulent plant. And we have Raspberry Parfait. And it actually does look like Raspberry Parfait. My husband named this one, and I wasn't quite sure what to name it. But when he showed me one of those Raspberry Parfait, like, I don't know, Jello looking things, I was like, oh my goodness, it really does look like Raspberry Parfait. I couldn't unsee it after that. Hope that's not showing up too bright. So I'll hold it back here. I think it's a little bit better. All right. And then we have bronzer again. And Berrylicious on Kiss Sock. And we have Vibranium. Oh, that's so pretty. And we have Blueberry Swirl. All right. So that's it for Kiss Sock. And let's move on to Delirious DK, which is one of my favorites. As you all know, I prefer the thicker yarn. So DK, worsted, they're my favorites. All right, so let's start with Cowgirl. Love this one. I love my cowboy boots. I love my Cowgirl yarn. Anything with camo, love it. But Delirious DK is also 100% superwash merino wool. It's 231 yards, 100 grams, and it is a 4-ply. So that's Cowgirl. And we have some wine. You don't have to be 21 years or older to buy this. And this is wine. Looks beautiful. And we have a crowd favorite, Crazy Peacock. Crazy Peacock has been with me since the beginning, since I first started dyeing yarn back in 2016. It was one of my first colorways. I like that turquoise in Crazy Peacock. And here is Blueberry Swirl on Delirious DK. So I wanted to just kind of like do a comparison between um, Blueberry Swirl on Poplar Fingering, Delirious DK, and Kiss Sock. Crazy, right? Same color, dyed the same way, but the color is just taken differently depending on the base that it's dyed on. I think it's amazing. All right, so now we're gonna go to a base that's completely different from the three that I just showed you. I'm not sure if I've ever showed this base on the channel before, but anyway, so this next base that I'm going to share with you all is called Minnesota DK. And I named this Minnesota DK because, as you all know, all of my yarn bases are named after Prince in some sort of way. And Prince was born and raised in Minnesota, and his recording studio is still in Minnesota. So that's why I decided to name this base Minnesota DK. And it is a 50% superwash merino wool and a 50% cotton yarn. It is 231 yards, 100 grams, and it is 4-ply yarn. Now I'm going to tell y'all, dyeing cotton yarn was a brand new experience. That's for sure. It requires a whole new level of patience. Dyeing superwash merino and nylon is so much easier, but cotton yarn, yeah, it was definitely a learning experience, and definitely I had to use a lot of patience. It was definitely a battle, especially like when it came to just soaking it and making sure everything was just like, I had to let it set overnight, and it was just such a learning experience. And I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, I will never dye this again. And then after it turned out, I was like, I want to dye so much more of this. It's so beautiful, and I just love like the heathered, I think it's like a heathered effect that it takes. But anyway, let me just show you the yarn. I absolutely love it. So this is Ruby. I just love the effect that the cotton yarn has. But this is Ruby. And this is Elsa. And for all my Frozen fans out there, you can see why I named this one Elsa. And this one is Plum. And this one is Orchid. Love that one. You all know I'm a little crazy about purple. Just a little bit, right? And last but certainly not least is Guacamole. You all know I love to have fun with the names. So yeah, I am a huge fan of the cotton blend. It's wonderful. It's super, super soft. And yes, I am a fan. That's for sure. So yes, so all of this yarn is in the shop. I'll leave a link below, but I know it's been a while since I've shared my yarn on the channel, so I just wanted to give you all a little update. Let's see, what else? Oh yes, so I still have my garden. I'm still plugging away at that, and I was hoping to be able to give you all like a little tour, but of course it is raining, but that's okay. So maybe later I will give you all a tour. Cette année, je plante des patates douces, des tomates, des pommes de terre, que d'autres, des tomates, des poivrons. Je pense que j'oubliais quelque chose. Je ne sais pas. Voilà. J'adore le jardinage. Ouais. Anyway, yeah, so I hope that I can give you all a tour soon. I definitely look forward to that. Yeah, so anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate you all hanging out and supporting me. I really, really do appreciate it. And until next time, bye.